can check that. Good pickup. How you going, Chills? Didn't even have the mic connected. Just going through, doing a little bit of a redraft of the 2024 class, if that was to be this year's class. I think West Coast would prefer Lawler and Murphy Reid over Dersma and I reckon Toru would go next. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, sweet. You can hear me now? Beauty. Who would Richmond take? Langford and Toru. When we get a couple of people in the chat, I'll bring it back and we'll start doing some mock drafts for 2025. I'm just trying to fill up some time at the minute. Hopefully everyone's had a good day. Hey, Kylie, how are you? Welcome. Levi Ashcroft, Prizzy will match. Cheers, Matthew. Thanks, man. I put a bit of work into this. I'm pretty happy with it. There's always still some bugs and stuff, but overall, I'll get on top of them as quick as I can. I want to try and push this out to everybody eventually. That's what I'm working towards. I just need to get it perfect. Otherwise, I'm just going to get flooded with complaints, which won't be very fun. But I definitely am working for it. Working towards it. Yeah, good. Thank you, Kylie. Good to be at the end of the working day. Who would Essendon take? Would they take Jagger Smith? Who would you guys go as out of last year's crop? Shanahan, maybe? He'd be right up there. All right. Thanks, Kylie. I appreciate it. Yeah, Terry reached out. I've reached out to Pommy and Oz as well. We're going to do something pretty shortly, hopefully. Potentially at the end of the week. And then, yeah. I want to get some of those guys that know the class a bit better than me. I'm not much of a scout. I'm more of a... I'm trying to take the list manager role. I haven't been watching the guys as much as those boys, so they can give a lot better insight. I've just watched the same 3-minute highlights packages that everyone else has. All right. Should we look at the 2025? Let me bring it back up. We'll replace this player board with next year's. Where are we? 2025. I'm hoping this works. It should be right now. All right. And we're good to go. Yeah, Pom and Tez, they were good. Good guys. Ty Gallup. Yeah, probably right. So what I'm thinking, eventually over the next week or so, I want to get your input on where you guys think these draft prospects would fall between last year's class as well. So I don't know if Dersma would go in the top 3 or 4 if last year's class was included. Things like that. But yeah, we can go Zeke Ulen. I've tried to build this stuff up as well. Hopefully it's a bit bigger and a bit more visible for you guys. I don't know who's watching on a phone and who's watching on a TV or a PC. But I'm trying to make it a bit more visible for you. Little zoom in things like that. Yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. It's going to be good when I can get it out to everyone. What picks do you guys want to see? The Eagles are taking Sharp. Richmond are bidding on Annabelle. And then we're looking at Grill. Roby and Grill. Maybe Patterson. Beauty, that's good. That's good feedback, man. Thank you very much. I wasn't never too sure because I think the writing can be a bit small for some people, but that's all right. That's all good. Hopefully it comes through. Go Roby and Taylor, and then Essendon are going to bid on Harry Dean. Imagine this draft playing out like how we've got it here. There's nothing really too out of the way out there. But if Eagles go Dyson Sharp, Essendon can get CDT without really trading up. That would be pretty much their best. What's your opinion, mate? Maximum 55 to 60? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate. Beauty, Kylie. That's good news. Thank you very much. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, I think it'd be 60 max. I've populated Port with 0. I've heard rumours that they're not taking anyone, but I'd find that pretty unrealistic. I think someone will slip to them that they probably didn't expect, and they'll still try to utilise that 44. But at the moment, I've just got that as an auto pass. But yeah, as you can see here, you've got, what's that, 4, 6, 10, 11, 17, 21, 28, 32, 36, 39, 41, 44, 47, plus 9. I've got 56 picks projected with this at the moment. We can always add or take away if need be. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. But yeah, Essendon ended up with CDT incoming. That's a good result. And then Schubert and Lindsay. Anyone got any idea who Hawthorn I'm taking? I've still got, nothing. Can we take a look at, say, the bottom 10 to 15% of possible players taken by those teams that currently hold them picks? Can we take a look to, say, the bottom 10% of possible players taken by those teams that currently hold them picks? Yeah, man, let's do it. So you want to get to, like, say, pick, 40? 40 onwards? Mid-30s? Is that fair to say? I'd be willing to explore that. Let's build a realistic base, and then I'll save it, and then we'll just keep revisiting and build on top of it. All right, so we want Hibbins Hargrave. Matthew, yeah, we can do that. So what's going on here? Kalani White's not going that high. I don't know why his number's been changed there. But anyway, that's fixable. But yeah, 40 onwards. Hey, mate, interested to see what would happen if no bids happen and clubs took the best available and their pick. Chaos. We can do that, mate. We can do that. Absolutely. I'm just trying to build out what we think will probably happen. That Kalani White is annoying me. How am I going to edit that? Anyway, I know how I'll edit that. I'll edit that off screen for you guys. But yeah, let's make some picks in the meantime. All reckon, who are we thinking? Ollie Greaves and West Coast. Who is West Coast taking? All right, fixed. That's going to fix now. All right, let's reboot it. Sorry. Just so I'm not doing this the whole thing. Replace. Kalani White better be going up that higher. Yeah. Beauty. Okay, now we're in business. All right, so no bids are getting matched, you reckon? All right, Dursma, Eagles are getting Yulin. Do not match. Eagles are getting Yulin. So what you're saying is Gold Coast are going to match it at the back end, take, Adamsol and all that. Richmond take CDT and Roby. Jevon, you said Jevon Philippo. Hey, Shannon, I heard Hawthorn want Hibbins Hargrove. Yeah, we'll get to pick 40. We want to explore pick 40 onwards from Chills. So we'll get there, and we're not going to match bids to get there. So he's going to Essendon. Patterson's going to go to Essendon. Melbourne will take Sharp. So I think all those teams would be pretty happy if none of those bids got matched, but I think they're getting matched. He said Filippo, there he is. Carlton can take Taylor. GWS. Ollie Greaves. And then I'm thinking the Dogs can take Doveston. So Gold Coast have got all these picks that they wouldn't usually have in this instance. Who would Gold Coast select over Zeke Yulin? Lindsay? Brizzy taking Mitch Marsh. McGuan's not going that high. Sam Grill. Oh, you want to see how bad Gold Coast hand would be? I don't know why McGuan's that high as well. That's got to... Okay, I can fix that. Geelong take Luduke. I'm thinking Hibbins Hargrave for Freo. Essendon will take Swede. Hawks can take Harley Barker. So Gold Coast at the moment are looking at Lindsay and Grill. Cheers, please, Scott. PSL Scott. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Brizzy, who are they going to end up with? I'm thinking someone down back, Thread Gold. Gold Coast can take Taylor. Adamsol. Who are we thinking? Reckon for North, Lewis Emmett. I've heard him getting linked to him. Who's up next? Essendon. So you got your last 20 odd players getting picked here. I hope that's what you wanted to see. Gold Coast are going to go in with a deficit on Kai Fincher. I fixed that bug yesterday as well. These are all calculating correctly. Pickett. Hey, Matthew, pick it. So it's not all bad, basically, if no one matches. Makes for some interesting reading. Yeah, exactly. So it's not the end of the world for Gold Coast. They've got a heap of picks. So it's just a matter of whether or not they've got the list space, really. So they've taken 4, and we've still got 2 more, is what Cal Twomey reckons. Hey, Mark, how are you, mate? Welcome. So Carmichael, Sydney will match that. Has anyone seen Geelong linked to Hunter Holmes? I'm pretty sure that's Max Holmes' brother. Again, I haven't seen too much of him play. Eagles will match a bid on Tyler Williams. Gold Coast, they're going to take the next academy. Let's have a look. Who's their next academy player? Jai Murray. Yeah, they're brothers with Max Holmes. Yeah, so you'd think Geelong would want to start looking at him. Maybe with they got a pick at 41. He could fall to that far. Be interesting to see if anyone looks at Cody Curtin as well. He's a big boy. Riley Onley, or maybe Elijah Davis. I don't think he's been linked to him too much. He must not be in the top 50 odd players this year. I like the look of Sam Swadling. If he could fall back to him, that'd be good. Only link I've seen is for the brother link. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if he's even in the top 50 or not. But yeah, we're in the weeds of it. In this part of the draft. So how about we get to this point, but we'll do a semi-realistic draft where they're matching bids and the like. All right, so we'll do that. That's what it looks like anyway. Everyone pretty much walks away stoked. Eagles would be stoked with Hewland, knowing that he's out of reach. I'm keen on Avery Thomas for Brizzy as a Starcevic replacement. Strong and very quick. So where's Brizzy? I'm going to reboot it. So Brizzy's last pick where they might take Avery Thomas is that pick 44, just here. So actually, I think that gets burnt with Annabelle, doesn't it? So it'll be 51. So we'll go draft player. Zeke will get picked 2. And then I keep going back to Sharp. Surely Eagles aren't stupid enough to take CDT. See, Avery Thomas. Yeah, see, even Burnham picked 50. Yeah, Avery Thomas. You'd need him to slip to 49 at least. Richmond can take Roby and Grill, or Roby and Taylor. Roby and Taylor. Who are we thinking? From Essendon. Essendon will take CDT if he's not gone, for sure. And then bid on Harry Dean. So, yeah, it just depends on how many academy picks Brisbane goes. It's anyone's guess. Yeah, so here they're looking at pick 49 for the next best player. So it's gonna take 49 will probably come in a bit. There's still maybe 3 or 4 bids that will need to be matched. But yeah, I think we still haven't bid on Patterson, I've just noticed. Who would bid on Patterson? Let's say Richmond do. Sorry, I stuffed that up. There's Patterson there. Then they end up with Taylor. Essendon bid on Dean. And they end up with CDT. Going on Patterson's outcry to other clubs that they should look at him. Why not Gold Coast not matching? I think Gold Coast will match. I think he's pretty widely regarded as a top 5 player in this draft. I think all the other teams have kind of just given hope of trying to get him because they think Gold Coast are going to match. But Gold Coast need to do some fancy footwork. I was doing some little bit of research on this today. I'll just show you the trade simulator. Best way Gold Coast can really capitalise on this would be to basically trade up with Essendon, 21 and 27 for 15. That gets them another 281 points, which I think is reasonable. And then you might even throw in the 52 back. Actually, no, you won't because they need that point. And then trade 18 with North. But I don't know if North would do this one. 25 and 26 to move up 7 spots. They're picking up another 315. So that gives them what? Another 6, about 590 points to match. And then even if they go 2 and 3, Ewell and Patterson, they should have enough, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so they still have enough. And they've got 722 points to match the next one. So who is the rest of their Gold Coast team? So their Gold Coast team, that are eligible, Adensell, Murray, Coulson and White. They've got 722 points to play with. So as long as a bid comes in for Adensell after pick 21, which you'd think it would, they can bring in 3 of their academy players if they get those trades done. You need to get Essendon and North to agree to it though, but that's the most points I could see that would work out effectively. So you'd think that Gold Coast are probably already looking at that. I'm thinking Eagles are going to take Sullivan, Roby in this one. Dersman and Roby. Bit of upside. And then Harry Dean. 12 and 14's going. Then we got Taylor. Why not Gold Coast not matching? I think Gold Coast are matching. I think that's the whole purpose of them accruing like 7,000 picks out here. They're going to just try to do incremental changes at the back end. Maybe throw in some seconds and future seconds and future thirds as well, if it just helps to get it across the line. Essendon will take Sharp and Cumming, Melbourne, Schubert, and Lindsay. His interview with Dylan was interesting, not as he totally committed to Gold Coast, but he wants to be viewed as a professional and treat it like a business. Yeah, he'd want to be worth the gamble, backing yourself like that. But from all reports, he is, so yeah. St Kilda hinted at making a big move this draft that might upset some people. What do you think it might be? Let's have a look. They've got nothing to work with. St Kilda. He's cocky. Yeah, maybe a bit. St Kilda would have to give up a future first to move up for someone. A lot of people thinking it could be for Filippo, the other Filippo, to pair up with Mateus. You'd want him slipping as far as maybe the Giants pick. But yeah, Saints haven't really got much to work with, so I don't think they're gonna be doing much. Who are we thinking? Who are we drafting? Let's do a draft that you guys want to see. Hey Kane, how are you? Saints might go for Carlton's pick. That's up for grabs. I think West Coast wanted as well. 13 and 34 for West Coast 9. For West Coast 9, and then Blues future first for 11. Hang on. So you're saying the Blues future first for pick 11 from the Crows? Oh, I think what you're trying to say is Adelaide are trading for the Blues pick 11 with a future first. The thing is, you need to get something back because you're giving up 1,200 points, which you're not going to be able to match with Harry Dean. That's the thing with that one. Assume extras 18 for 36 for 21. All right, let's go with that. So I don't think Carlton are going to have enough points. So they've only got 1,600 points. They need that bid to come in after pick 7. And if the first 3 teams already know that, they're going to bid on him earlier. So you want to get some more points back, I would imagine, or do some fancy trading at the back end just to bump that up to maybe at least have enough to bump up to match a bid in the top 5, I think, would be Carlton's best move. So 18 and 36. Who's got 18 and 36? Gold Coast. Yeah, we can do that. For 21 and 27 for Essendon. So Gold Coast picking up an extra 101 points. That makes sense for them. Don't know if that'll be enough to match an early Annabelle bid. Let's have a look how many points they got. It's Essendon. Essendon got a heap of points. Yeah, Gold Coast might have enough. Not if it's in the top 2 though. Top 2, 3. They need about 4,500. They've only got 3.8. So F1 for Crows. I think that's what we've done. Yep. So 13, 34 for 9 for the Eagles. Yep, we've done that. And F1 future first and for 11 from the Blues. We've done that. Mando's 21, 27 and 30. Is it enough points? It's nowhere near enough points, I don't think. How am I going to undo this? I'll revisit your stuff, Whitman. I'll just show him here. I just want to show Mando's his proposed trade. So 21, 27 and 30. You got 1,700 points, and Carlton are giving up 9 and 11. Carlton are in way too much deficit. And they can't afford to use futures. Yeah, that's correct, Mark. So yeah, they want to hold on to picks for Cody Walker. So this pick swap for Essendon doesn't work at all. I mean, for Carlton, they're just losing way too many points for Harry Dean. doesn't really benefit them in any way either. They may as well just use 9 and 11 to pick him up anyway. Add a future second. Well, I can execute the trade. How many points have Carlton at that point have got 1,900 points. So you need a bid to come in after the top 4. Yeah, that's doable, but then you're giving up any chance of getting Ison as well. So it depends on if they want to put all their eggs in the Harry Dean basket, or if they want to, get Harry Dean and Ison. Which I think that's what they want to do. They may as well just try and get him while he's available to them for this draft. So I don't think that trade would ever eventuate. So I just want to go back to Whitman's. Here we go. Let me send all 3 separate. So 13. So we're going to Eagles. We're going Carlton giving pick 9 to the Eagles. This one makes sense because Eagles want to move up. This 9 will end up being about pick 13 when it's all said and done after the match bids. Future 1 to the Crows for pick 11. So again, this is the one that it's going to make it hard for it's going to be hard for Carlton to match Harry Dean bid. And 1836 to Gold Coast to Essendon. 18 and 36. 21 and 27. So Gold Coast pick up a few extra points. Essendon move up the ladder, and they can probably even just draft Swade with that pick as well. Let's play that one out. Adelaide need to give up more of that for pick 11. I agree. But you could probably give maybe a pick in the pick 48, maybe. Is Adelaide even going to use that? They're not going to use that. So pick 48, you could probably give them back pick 48 and a future first for pick 11. That's what I'd think about doing. It's non-usable pick. Carlton, that'll bump up to about 42-ish, I reckon, when it's all said and done. Probably chuck in the 40s, yeah, so that 48. Adelaide only taking 2 players. Yep. Yeah, I agree, Whitman. You just throw them in. Carlton, it'll help Carlton match any let's reboot it. Trade simulator. Adelaide and Carlton. What did we say? It was for pick 11. They're giving 9 to West Coast. So future first. Pick 48. Even 48 and 55. 55 will move into the points as they all start to creep up. That is a bit more plausible, I think. Carlton aren't losing as many points either. And I think 1655, they just fall short of that Essendon bid, that second Essendon pick. But in saying that, you're looking at, let's play it out, I think that second Essendon bid, who is likely to push Carlton into it, they'll still have enough because that'll fall down. That'll fall down the order. Yeah. So Carlton have got enough to match the second bid of Essendon. They've already got enough to match a bid here. But again, they just give up on Ison. So Roby, let's say the bid comes in here. Yeah. And then Carlton will end up getting a compo pick at about pick 53. That'll move up to about pick 51. And they can probably pair that with that other 50 pick they got. There you go. They got 48 and 49 down here somewhere. Where's this compo pick? Here it is. Just fitting between North and West Coast. So Carlton have got a bundle of picks there that they can start trading back up with. 48 and 49, you might be able to move. Oh, you got 42 as well. You might be able to move that to maybe North. Who's using a really late pick? Sydney is using a late pick. Collingwood. If Collingwood got one in the 38s that they'd be happy with. You could do Collingwood with 38. 42 and 48 potentially. Remember, a lot of these Gold Coast picks will get chewed up as well with an Adamsall bid. I haven't done the West Coast Carlton trade yet. That's true. I have not. Oh, they just chewed up that pick, didn't they, with the Harry Dean? So they've got their pick back. Yep. So that pick 12. Yeah. That's the Adelaide one. That's the second Carlton pick. Adelaide have got that, so that's populated. That's good. And everyone's moved back a few spots. So that's that trade that you wanted. Hey Nathan, how you going, mate? Doing a mock at the moment, basing the order on other mocks. Only doing top 20. How different can the 11-20 order look depending on where the four top 10 guys go? Think it's good, but how wrong could it be? I don't understand the question. Doing a mock at the moment, basing the order on other mocks. Only doing top 20. How different can the 11-20 order look depending on where the top four go? The top four, we're pretty confident that they're going to go in the top 6, I think. But the 10 to 20 range is going to be wildly different. I don't think anyone's going to get that correct. So it's just a way of finding out how far people can fall, especially if other trades go down. I hope that answers your question. I'm not quite sure about your question. So, yeah. I don't know if Geelong would put a bit... I mean, not Geelong. Richmond would put a bit on Harry Dean. I think they're more likely just to take their guys, and then Essendon will bid on the guy. So that pick 38 ends up getting used. So Carlton have moved back, and they've also picked up that future first in those trades for Cody Walker. And then they've got 40 and 42 to bundle. They can probably bundle that up to like let's say a 34 for Collingwood, because what that will do, if 34 turns into 40, 42, they end up with 37, 40, 42, and then that 55's gone. So they've moved up 13 picks, Collingwood. So it makes sense for them at the back end. Does that make sense? So they might be able to get Isom with that pick 34 potentially. So that 55 will no longer be used. Can we do all three trades and then start the draft? Yeah, of course, let's do it. So I've executed that trade. Yeah, that 55's been bumped out to a non-usable pick. All right, so trade simulator, boom, pick 9 going to West Coast for 13 and 34. They're sending the other one to Adelaide with a future first and some junk. And then the other one was, what was it? 1830s to Gold Coast and Essendon are swapping. With 21 and 27. There you go. All right. Let's start the draft. Okay, who's going pick 1, guys? Are we just still going Dersma? I mean, like, if Dean, Annabelle, Patterson, Ewan go roughly where they expected, would this 11 to 20 team order look the same? Not really. Oh, yeah, I guess it would. Well, I can show you. We'll do a draft now. So let's go through it as a group. We can go Dersma, Ewan. I think we're all pretty happy with that, those two going through. Who are West Coast going to pick 3, guys? Who do we want to see it played out? The only picks in the top 20 that will really get chewed out with bids are the Carlton ones, Brizzy ones, and the Gold Coast ones. Gold Coast ones are already gone at pick 2. These ones will get chewed out with the Patterson bid. So the top 30 will change a bit, if that's what you're asking. Mark's gone Sharp for the Eagles next one. All right, what are Richmond doing, guys? Hit me up with Richmond's moves here. Gold Coast, Brizzy, and Carlton won't in the 11-20. Yeah, it'll be everyone behind that Gold Coast chunk. They'll bump up a fair bit. That's about it. What are Richmond doing, guys? You like Sharp at Eagles at 3, but he doesn't want CDT. So in this case, Richmond could just trade back to Essendon, trade one of those picks to Essendon and get a bit more back, and that Essendon take CDT. Like all the trades except Crows, Hawks might trump it if target is there. We would offer 22 and a future first for 11. Tigers probably bid on Patterson and then go CDT Roby. All right, let's do that. We'll go Roby because we had a Tigers supporter here who didn't want CDT. Did I miss one? I think I missed one. I like Sharpity. Did you miss? Tigers probably bid on Patterson, then go CDT Roby. Okay, so we've got that. Now, what are Richmond doing with their second pick? They can trade it, pick someone. Nathan Robinson wants to trade back and get grilled around pick 10-ish. You trade up with Melbourne. Melbourne could trade up for CDT, train behind Max Gawn. Kane reckons an Annabelle bid. I think it's about due for sure. If they were to pair Roby with Annabelle, they'd take that every day of the week. And then Richmond has still got the option to trade back or take someone. Who are we thinking? Who we got? Anyone, fire away. Need to give pick 43 from the Crows. Oh, I'll do that on the next one. Grill to the Tigers. All right, we got Grill. Sean, how are you, mate? All right, now we got Essendon. Are we happy? Is Essendon taking CDT? The Sizzler. Or Taylor. I'm thinking CDT for Essendon. Everyone happy with that? CDT and Taylor. All right, let's do that. No bid on Harry Dean. Carlton are absolutely loving this. Yep, we've got a few votes for CDT here. Dean bid, then Taylor. Okay. All right. He's in. Who are Melbourne going? I need to give Carlton pick 43, 42 now from. Oh, let's just do that. There we go. That was thrown in that trade. Dean first and CDT. Melbourne taking Sharp. Sharp went at pick 2. Nath. D's love Doveston. Let's do a Doveston then. D's are taking Doveston. And then they've got a second one. There we go. Whitman's happy. Have I missed? We've gone Schubert, have we? Yep. Okay. So Schubert and Doveston for Melbourne. And then we got West Coast. Who are we thinking for West Coast? You got Cumming, Farrow, Filippo, Lindsay, Marsh, Greaves, Taylor. Ignore McGuire. I've got to get rid of him a bit. Ledoik, Threadgold. Who are we thinking? Farrow for the Eagles. Yeah. A few votes for Farrow already. Sean and Kane. Yep. Done. Alrighty, guys. Who are we thinking for? 3 votes for Farrow. Yep. We're happy with that. Who are we thinking for Hawthorn? This is where it gets interesting. Remember, someone can trade up as well if you want. We can do anything. Adelaide taking Filippo. We need him to slip past Hawthorn first. Who's Hawthorn taking? Anyone can chip in. Here we got. Getting past Hawthorn. Everyone's gone quiet on me. Hello. Lindsay or Marsh? Let's take Lindsay because you said Lindsay first. There we go. And then someone said Filippo to Adelaide. And then we're at GWS's pick. FB19, who's a Hawks man? Who are you thinking for Hawks? Do I have my chat on all messages? I have. I think I've got chat for subscribers at the moment. So if anyone's viewing and not subscribed at the moment and want to get involved, press that button. I'm a Hawks fan. Who are we thinking, FB19? I reckon a few names. I reckon this name got blocked a couple of times. If you can't type that in, just type in Sam. I'll know who you're talking about. Facebook might be screening your message possibly. Who are Giants taking, guys? Let's build I like this. We're building a proper draft here. Come on. A couple of guys, they said, I could see heaps of messages. Said chat had gone quiet. Yeah, okay. It was definitely Sam. So, yeah, say Sam. There we go. So, Sam's going to Giants. He's slid a fair way here. He's got pick 16 already. Yeah, I think it's got. I'm not getting all your messages because I think you guys are writing the CUM word. He needs to change his surname. Oh, I never saw any of that. I never saw any of that. Sorry, guys. I've stuffed this draft up. We weren't getting half the messages probably. I was going, gee, he's sliding a bit. He usually goes top 10. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened here. That's the one. Sam Squirter. Quinton, yep, that's correct. So Grill, Swaddling, Alling, Ainsworth to the Giants. Who have the Giants taken at the moment? Oh, that's our only pick so far. Okay. Who are we thinking for the Doggies? Everyone was saying Sam. I didn't see it once. And I was just thinking to myself, geez, okay. Everyone's in universal agreement. Yeah, Giants are loving this. Couldn't believe their luck. All right, so you want to backtrack it to Melbourne? So, all right, we can backtrack it. We'll go. Sammy Boy is going to Melbourne instead of Doveston or Schubert. I'll get it. I'll do one of them. Do we want Sam with Doveston or Sam and Schubert for Melbourne? Sam before Dovo. Okay, Sam and Doveston. Okay. We're doing beforehand. So there he goes. Where is he? There he is. Who'd West Coast? West Coast went Farrow from memory. And then Hawthorn went. Who did Hawthorn go? That's all right. We can redo it. Who's Hawthorn got now? They've got an option of Schubert now. That wasn't available. Quinton, Blues picks as of now just got Harry Dean at the moment, and you're left over with 37 and 42. Hawks take Sam. Sam's gone now. Sam's at Melbourne. The surname we won't mention. That's it. Sam climaxing. Bloody YouTube. All right. Marsh. Yep, I can see that. Marsh to Hawks. Adelaide were taking Filippo. Now GWS get their proper shot. After Sam climaxing didn't get to him. Sam having fun. Yeah, exactly. Probably Lindsay, as much as I don't like it, unless Oscar Taylor's here. Oscar Taylor's here for sure. There's that and Lindsay. So who are you thinking? Probably Lindsay. I think Lindsay as well. Lindsay slipped a fair bit. He was a top 10 player all year round until now, pretty much. Carlton could probably trade, but they need more assets than 37 and 42. That's not going to get it done for 42. For pick 16, sorry. Dogs go early on Threadgill. I don't think that's that early on Threadgill. I think this is right around his range. Schubert slipping. Schubert to replace Hogan eventually. Yeah, pairing him up with Cadman could be a good move. You're going to have two tall targets. Riccardi's pretty handy, but yeah, Schubert's a big boy, 198. Dogs have gone thread gold with this one. Taylor's still there for Adelaide. We've got Adelaide, Essendon, and Geelong coming up. Who's going there? Adelaide get Harley Barker for sure. Done. I heard Cal Toimi saying he's going potentially a lot earlier. Essendon are taking Ollie Greaves. All right, we'll take that. Philly Nation, welcome, mate. Shouty man, Adelaide, Taylor. Taylor's still slipping at the minute. Quinton, Kane, it's who I'm after with Dean. Blues supporter here. Who are we up to? Geelong. Pick 20. Who are we thinking? Schubert's still there somehow. No idea how. Would the Cats trade 20 and 20? Would trade 20 for 23 and 53. Who's got 23 and 53 here? North. We can have a look. They're not going to use that 53. That's the problem. That 23, that 53 is just going to be a burn pick, so they wouldn't do it. It's probably fair. It's probably even on the simulator, but in real life, that's not really feasible for Geelong. Yeah, 76 points in it. It's pretty close. But they just wouldn't do it. They're not going to use the pick. Maybe a future third. That could be doable. Cats probably take Schubert to replace Jezza in the long run. I could see that. Pair him up with Shannon Neal. Gives him a couple of years to develop as well while Cameron plays his career out. Grill is a blue bagger. I'd snag him for sure if possible. I think Grill's long gone. Where'd he go? He went to Richmond at pick 7. All right, so or 20 for 23 and a future third. Well, he's gone now. I think Schubert's going to be developing under Jezza and Shannon Neal. Kane and Quinton are saying the Blues really want Lindsay. I wouldn't mind him at the Eagles. I think he's pretty... Anyone with a decent kick will take. Anyone with decent disposal at all will take. Freo, unfortunately, take Taylor before our pick. Yeah, he's slipping. He is slipping. Ignore the McGuan one, guys. This is you can tell when I did a lot of these rankings, he's slipped to fairway since then. But I can fix that. I'll fix that tonight pretty quick. Actually, I'll fix it now. And then when we reboot the next one, we're good to go. Farah is nice in that role for Eagles. Yeah, exactly. And they've got McCarthy. McCarthy's looks like he's going to be a handy kick coming out that half back line. Who are we thinking for Hawks? This pick as well, guys, this is the end of the first night of the draft. Something to be aware of. So that makes North Melbourne's 2 picks pretty valuable as far as trade goes when everyone goes home, has a look at it all. Hey, Sam, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate the support. I'm working to get it out to everybody. It's not lost on me. I think a lot of people would like to use it. I just need to get it perfect so I'm not getting inundated with shitty complaints and just people sooking. I really want it as robust and as perfect as I can for everyone. Noah Hibbins Hargrave, let's do it. That fits. And then we got North, double header. Everyone is saying Blues want Lockie Daviston if we still had a high pick depending on the Dean bid. So Dean went pretty early on this one. Where did he go? No, he went pick 9. He went late. But I think in our draft, this one, we made some trades where Carlton actually accrued a future first for that Cody Walker next year. So that is why they're suffering at the back here at the moment. If Dean went at 8, what pick would Carlton get in return for 9-11? I could show you next draft, man. I think it's around the 2023. I did a collab with Blue Abroad, and we went through 6, 7, 8 for his Blue supporters. Carlton have too many Motlop haters. Yeah, he goes in and out of games a bit. When he's on, and he's a pretty handy player. North take Cody Curtin. I like it. I'm really interested to see where Cody Curtin goes. He could go anywhere. Or Ludowick. Oh, has he? Oh, no. That's all right. We can do it together. North do some bidding. Bid on Swade for Essendon or North? Essendon are matching it. No way we take 2 key forwards. Yeah, that's a good point. Who would your next one be? Pickett. Let's do it. North take Pickett, I think, instead. Sydney on the clock yet? Who are we thinking? Pickett name returns perfect. I don't know what that means. Pickett name returns perfect. Speedy small forward. He'd walk into the side round 1. Yeah. Well, North could do with that for sure. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much. I'll put a bit of time in this bad boy. Barker. All right, Sydney taking Barker. Barker's gone, wasn't he? Yeah, Barker went to Adelaide. Who are we thinking for Sydney? King? Ludowick is still available. They need someone. Oh, would you pair him with Curnow? Who are we thinking? There would have been more bids early for Swans, King and Carmichael before getting their picks. Probably. Just so you keep them honest. Would you go King? They just take their guys? King and Carmichael? Or who was the other Sydney? There was another Sydney one as well. Name's escaping me. Kyle. Harry Kyle. Slide back one of their picks here if they can have with 4 academy players. Yeah, take their guys. We thinking Carmichael? We're going Lucky Carmichael. Yeah, done. Oh, King. TL73's gone King. No, Kyle, sorry. Can't talk. Harry King. Max King and Harry Kyle. Done. Who are we thinking for Doggy's second pick? They went with Thread Gold earlier. Who are we thinking? Doggies need help down back, don't they, really? Fincher? Would Saints match Fincher a bit about now? Or can they? Lewis Emmett, Lockie Carmichael. He's a bit of a defender. Sydney have burnt a few of them. Ludo. Who are you thinking, Kane? Ludo. You're going to have to elaborate there, mate. I can't find it. I might just put it in the search bar. Hang on. Oh, Ludovic, right in front of me. What? I'm just... Ignore me. Completely ignore me. So he's going to be sitting under Norton and Darcy on the depth chart. Yeah, you're right, man. I'm my brain just wasn't connecting it. Ison to annoy. GWS are going to bid on Ison. I wonder if they can match him yet. They should be able to match him. Pick 29. Yeah, they've got enough. And they're going to get about pick 51 back. So Carlton end up with Dean, Ison, and they're left with 42. For all the Carlton supporters out there. We've got a pretty good, pretty honest draft happening here. I like it. Something well within the realms of realistic. Who are we thinking for GWS? To give you the scroll of the available names: McGawn, Adamsall, Fincher, Carmichael, Emmett, Udshawn, Benier, Mukunda, Holmes, White, Leray. I think a bid for Tyler Williams will be coming in around now. Riley Onley, Tyler Williams, Kalani White, Zach McCarthy, Elijah Davey. Dean, Ison, and Adelaide's future first. 100%. That's a massive draft for Carlton. Crushed it. Emmett for GWS. Who's GWS's ruck at the moment? Where is Emmett? There he is. I'm trying to think of who GWS's ruck is at the minute. Bid on Adesol for Essendon. See if they can match it. So they go into a deficit. They need another 167 points. Would you go into deficit or would you try and hit the trade calculator? Briggs. Yeah, Briggs. Or they just don't match and they let Essendon have him? What are we thinking? They're going to have to give some of them up. They're not going to be able to take all of them home, all these academy players. But only they'll know really how good he is. Don't match. They will match. Let him go. I've got 2 votes. Let him go. 1 vote match. He's gone. Pommy draft app is still in beta mode. Hopefully he hasn't ripped off my UI here. I hope he's got his own little thing to it. Has to go. Melbourne could grab big body only to replace Oliver. Let's do it. Coin flip. Yeah, I think it's a coin flip. Essendon ended up with Adden, so let's have a look at Essendon's hand. Duff, Tyler, Taylor, Greaves, Swade, and Adensol. They'd be pretty happy with that, you'd think. What do you reckon? Mark Butler. How are you, mate? All right. Who are we thinking for Richmond to finish off their hand? Is this their last? Yeah, this is their last before they're done. Taylor Byrne to the Tigers. Done. Oh, we got, sorry, Mark. Got beaten to the punch. We went Taylor Byrne here. Bid on McCarthy to piss off the Pies. How far away are we? Oh, Collingwood already up. We can do that. We can do it beforehand. That means they got to burn 39 to get there. Let's do that. Undo. I think we're all pretty happy that Collingwood have taken McCarthy first up. And they've overpaid by 16. Oh, because that's the discount. That's because the 10% discount. Sorry. Yeah. 382 points minus the points. So they've picked just after it. They only have to give up their next pick. And then they'll get a combo at the back end here. And then, what did we say? Taylor Byrne. Pretty sure. Yeah. There we go. Don't worry, I didn't realise a percentage applied all throughout. Yeah, they've got to get some sort of, what do you call it? Reward for developing these players. Yeah, I was looking at it as well. I'm like, their picks after it. And then I just forgot about the percentage, the 10% that got discounted. Who's Geelong taken? Geelong ended up with, who did they end up with? Just Schubert so far. Fincher. Would Saints match him? Where are the Saints up? St Kilda can match for a discounted cost of 304 points. They don't have enough points. Where is their first pick? Where are they? 44, and we're at pick 35. Finch is a long type of player. I think Holmes as well. I think Holmes is a good match. Get him there with his brother. Put them out in the wing. Could do some damage. If he's anything like his brother, steal of the draft. I think Max Holmes was a bit of a steal. I think he went about pick 20 odd in a pretty awful draft. I like it. I've gone Holmes. Eagles. Who are the Eagles taking? Have you already got Tyler Williams, or did we not do that? No, we haven't done it yet. Surely they just take Williams, eh? And then try and get Banfield at the end. Holmes makes sense? Yeah, agreed. Unless someone else took Williams. I don't think so. Oh, there he is. I think West Coast take Williams. And then we got Sydney. So again, Lockie Carmichael's slipped to him again. So they could end up with all three of their academy players. Who are we thinking for Swans? Swans take Carmichael. Yeah, I agree. Mark Butler. I'd love the Eagles to have one more list spot open and pick Swadling. Agreed. They've still got one, 56. Mind you, they traded away that 53 to the Doggies, didn't they? That 53 is now moved up to 47 already. Now, what we're going to start seeing soon as well, guys, is going to be some passes come through, and these numbers won't change. They're not going to match these numbers. It's basically saying that's the 44th best player when 46 picks will go, and so on and so forth. Hey, Lou, how are you, mate? Welcome. Who are we thinking for the Brizzy second pick? I don't think they've got any other academy players, have they? Prindable or Waller at pick 38? What do you guys reckon? Or a Queensland talent? Murray, Prindable, Coulson, Harris, Waller, and Hunt? What are we thinking? Prindable. Done. And then Collingwood are up. Do they bother with McGuan? Could be around this mark. Pick 39. Who are the Pies thinking? You got Fincher, Udshon Brenner, McCunda, White, Leray, Davey, Avery Thomas, Cam Nan, Fred Rodriguez, Guy Joyce, Hassian El Achka. Pies take Bob, Dalton, Murray, Coulson, and Heatherton. Callaway, these are the names left over. Pies are taking Bob. We can do that. There he is. Blake Udshawn Benier. North are up. If Dalton is there, Pies actually take him. I think Dalton was there, wasn't he? Did I see his name? I can always search it. Yeah, okay. We can undo that. Dalton, gone. And North take Bob. All right. Freo. Who are Freo pairing with? Who they get? Oscar Taylor. Imagine trying to say that name. Yeah, it's a decent mouthful. Blake Udshawn Benier. Sounds like Dutch or something. Who are we thinking for Freo? Next pick. I think they've got a they do have a player. No, they don't. I think they do, and I haven't populated the tag. What was his name? Freo. I'm pretty sure Freo have got a academy player that's eligible. I just haven't populated the tag. I keep meaning to do that and keep forgetting. What was his name? Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, mate. Enjoy the pub. Toby 1. That's it. That's the one. Get it? That's the Toby 1. Hey. Oh, I haven't got him in here. Do we think he goes at this point? We can add him in. I think he's a midfielder, small forward. About 180, I'm guessing. Everyone's 180-ish. Region team, WA. About pick 30. All right. He's in there. He'll be at the bottom. Freo's still on the board. Yeah, correct. I'm thinking they take this next-gen academy player. What do you guys reckon? Oh, is Fraud still on the board? Yeah, Fred. He is, mate. Sorry, I misread that. I thought you meant Freo Dockers, but you're talking about photos of Reed looking like the Hulk. It is. It's all good until he rolls an ankle. They usually don't publish weight anymore. Let's go 1. They're going to take their next gen academy player. Who are we thinking for Carlton? So this next one, what you're going to see is Port Adelaide are going to auto pass. You'll see when pick 43 rolls around. as soon as we click Carlton's pick. Who are they looking at? Rory Wright is still on the board as a halfback flank, given they didn't get Lindsay or Taylor. Let's take it. Let's do it. Haven't seen his name though. I'm hoping I've got him in here. Yeah, I do. There we go. Bit of a Callum Mills, Liam Duggan comparison. There you go. There's that Port pass. And as you can see, Brizzy are getting the 44th best player, but their pick is pick 45. Who are we thinking for Saints? White. Kalani White to the Saints. Another ruck option. They got hundreds of them. The whole team's going to be rucks before long. Is a Saints match? Gold Coast match or not? What are we thinking? Well, I think they don't match. Super Blue, how are you? Percher for Lions. Have I even got them in the pool? Let's have a look. Nah. Is there another name they go by? Unless you're talking about a Brizzy. Waller? Oh, has he? Okay, I can update that. White has nominated the D's as a father-son. But surely Gold Coast can still match it as their option, as they housed him in their academy. Taj Murray, the Lions. Let's see if I got him in there. Taj Murray, Lions, done. Yeah, a few people just said that. White is a father-son from Melbourne rather than academy. I thought if they're in the academy, that's it. They just get allocated that academy. So Gold Coast are up. That leaves Murray as their last academy player. Halfback flanker still available is Ryan Ash, Tom Burton. Yeah, basically the only two halfbackers I've got left are Ryan Ash and Tom Burton. It shows Melbourne no option. Okay, that's sweet. I can update that. Clear that. So Gold Coast, who'd they end up with at the moment? Ewell and Patterson, and then this is their next pick, all the way back at 46. Who are we thinking? Murray? Done. I think that makes sense. Taj Murray followed by Jai Murray. Are they related at all in any way? Probably not. Murphy isn't worth drafting. What Murphy are you referring to? Seb Murphy. We're nearing the end of the draft. How many plex we got left? Gold Coast are going to finish off the draft a bit. You can see that even 107 is getting used. There's going to be a ton of passes before then. You'll see how many passes go now. Who are we thinking for the doggies to finish off their draft hand? Threadgold and Ludowick. Some big sliders. Matt Leray, Cameron Nunn, tip top 30. Yeah, exactly. It's good to see it play out like this, and you can see. I remember Leray was in Twomey's top 20 start of the year. Yeah, which Murray are you referring to? There's Taj or Jai. Fred Rodriguez is a shout, yep, for the Dogs. Why not? He was WA's best prospect at one point. Fred Rodriguez, there you go. Pick 47, they'll take that. Carlton have passed. Gold Coast are on the clock. One he drafted to Brizzy, Taj Murray. Oh, well, they'll be happy with Annabelle anyway. Suns have got 4 academy kids. We already sent Kalani White to the Saints. I don't think they got any more. They might have one more. Kobe Coulson. That's one left. Did they take him? I think they would around this point. They'd be pretty happy with it. Let's do it. Let's take that one, I reckon. So you can see here we got a few passes. Carlton made a heap of passes. That's a whole bunch of junk that had accumulated. So that's Gold Coast hands. 4 academy kids in that instance. Hawks trade future 3 for Blues pick 50. Oh, we could have done that before they'd passed on it. Worst draft ever for Lions. None will be in future plans. I don't think that any of them are going to be in anyway. They're that stacked. And they're shoving in Oscar Allen and Draper. Maybe Anna will get to game, but they've still got to find a way for Marshall as well. They need future key backs. That's the thought. We're talking about Brisbane or Collingwood? Who are we thinking? Key backs for Brizzy. No, I'm drawing a blank. Who are we thinking to finish off Collingwood's hand? I saw Milkshake's in it. I'm pretty sure she's a Collingwood fan. Who are we thinking? Oh, a back for Brizzy to replace Starcevic. You've already got Harris Andrews. Yeah, all the backs here are taken at this point. There's only about 3 or 4 of them in the draft, it seems. Have you already seen the bug with points on the left side column? All the passes. Oh, what's happened here? No, I haven't. I had not noticed that. When did that go skew with? Has that been going skew before the picks or after the picks? I'll have to save this draft. What's this one called? Subscribers draft 11th the 11th. Number 1, bug to draft board. And I'm going to export it. There we go. I'm going to look back at that later. Who are we thinking for Collingwood? Good eye, Whitman. Thank you very much for that. I had not noticed that. I always double check that pick 54 is populating 14 points, but there's a lot of zeros up here. Don't know what happened there. We haven't really been focusing on points the last 40 picks anyway. Leray. I take that. And then back to Collingwood again. I wonder if that went skew if after the first pass. Where was the first pass? It was Port at 43. That looks pretty good. No. It's gone skew if earlier. All right. That's all right. I'll look at that later. Mukunda. Let's do it. To Collingwood. North Pass. And then West Coast. Do they get Banfield at pick 56? They'd take that for sure if you slip through. Or Swaddling. And take Banfield as a... as a rookie. I saw they committed to McRae today. McRae's little brother. Yeah, Pies have taken the NGA. Yep. I am thinking we go Swaddling here. Or Banfield. No, maybe Banfield. So a few more passes. We're right at the end of the draft here. We've got maybe 6 picks to go. Avery Thomas. Yeah, you probably don't need to take NGAs when there's 0 points, 0 point bids. You can just take your best available player. Avery Thomas, where is he? So Hawks. Oh, Nan. So Hawks. You did. At pick 60, you take that. Burton to Sydney. I haven't seen. There he is, Tom Burton. And then Saints last pick. Who are we thinking? Puka as a replacement for Archie. I'm not sure if I've got him in the pool. Is that how I spell it? P-U-C-K. There you go. So Lions don't have any more picks. But you reckon he's a good fit for Cal Archie's spot? I think they can just find a more permanent spot on the field for Marshall, where Archie's playing. Just get him on the field. Don't play him as a sub anymore. Puka, yeah, what a name. Be good party animal. All right, let's go. Saints are going to take their academy guy, Kai Fincher. And Melbourne, yeah, Link McCarthy as well. Yeah, I think you're probably right. They could take Swaddling. Banfield rookie. Puka leaves it all on the field. Yeah, I like it. Melbourne, they're going to take Avery Thomas. We've got a ton of auto passes. And then Gold Coast get pick 90. They've got no more academy players, I don't think. No. Who's the best Queensland talent that they could hold on to? They could take Isaac Waller, a ruckman, to replace Witts, maybe. Who are we thinking? I don't know the back end of draft at all. I think these are the last two picks. Yeah, they are. So Gold Coast are going to end up with the two tail end picks at the end, the way this draft plays out. So they can take the whole, anyone on the board, really. They're going to have back-to-back picks at the end. Some of these, some of the comparisons aren't spot on, like they're a fair way off the mark. A lot of it's based on height and position, I think. Yeah, I've noticed that. They're way off the mark in some instances, especially at the back where the data grab couldn't get as many articles on them. Gold Coast will pass. I've got to bake in a pass, an auto pass, a manual pass, sorry. I've only got auto pass. But they're going to, in this instance, they're going to take Davey, and they're going to take a ton of passes again. And the last pick of the draft, Alachka. And then we pass to the end. Draft complete. Good job, everybody. Let's save that. And I'm going to export it. Hit that like button, guys. Well done. Full draft. So, these are who your club walked away with. Filippo and Barker to Adelaide. They've passed with the rest. Brizzy walk away with Annabelle, Prindable, and Murray. Carlton are walking away with Harry Dean, Ison, and Rory Wright. Collingwood are walking away with McCarthy, Dalton, Leray, and Mukunda. Good input, everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Cooper, Duff, Tyler, Taylor, Greaves, and Swade for Essendon. Oh, and Adensall, sorry. Freo walking away with Oscar Taylor and Toby Wan. Geelong walk away with Schubert and Holmes. Gold Coast are getting Hewland, Patterson, Jai Murray, Kobe Coulson, and those two throwaway picks I did at the end, Davey and Alachka. GWS are walking away with Lindsay and Lewis Emmett. Hawthorn are walking away with Mitch Marsh, Noah Hibbins-Hargraves, and Cam Nan. Melbourne are walking away with Cumming, Doveston, Onley, and Avery Thomas. North are working away with Cody Curtin, Latrell Pickett, and Blake Utshawn-Benia. Port didn't take anybody. Richmond walk away with Sullivan, Roby, Sam Grill, and Taylor Byrne. St Kilda walk away with Kalani White and Kai Fincher. Sydney walk away with Max King, Harry Kyle, Lockie Carmichael, and Tom Burton. West Coast walk away with Dersma, Sharp, Farrow, Tyler Williams, and Charlie Banfield. And the Doggies walk away with Threadgold, Ludowick, and Fred Rodriguez. Good job, everybody. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Let's hit that like button. That was a good one. I enjoyed that. Anyone else thought of some nice scenarios you want to play out in the first round or something? It is saved, so we can load it back up. So that's not gone. We can get back to that. Nice work. That was sick. There was a few shocks. Let's actually have a look at the undrafted who didn't get drafted in the top. McGuan, Jyth, Heatherton, Kellaway, Chamberlain, Roberts Thompson, Ryan Ash, Sam Swadling. I think Swadling's going to go. Edwards. Doggies should have probably taken Darcy. We missed that one. Who was their last pick? Rodriguez. So when Rodriguez games, we probably should have gone Darcy. That's me just putting the ranges a bit wrong. I've got to update them. They're a fair few weeks old now. Harris, Gallagher, McMullen, Ethan Yates, Waller, Hunt, Ainsworth, Arthur. I'll just go through them for you, just so you know if any of these guys. Wes Wally, Cillian Burke, Rairui, Forbes, Ainsworth, and Tyrone Armu. What happens if there's no bid on Dean before? They just take him. They'll just take him with their own pick. Jana. And then they can probably land Lindsay or someone with pick 11. They'll just take him with pick 9. If you don't think if they don't think a bid will come through at that point. Leon Kickett could be top 30. Yeah, I've heard that before as well. If there's no bid, they should live trade back. If I was Carlton, you just take Dean at pick 9. Hope that Hawthorn don't take Lindsay at 10, and then you're happy with Lindsay at 11. You reckon they take someone else than Dean? We can play that out. Richmond are eyeing Kickett with their pick in the 30s. So what pick did that go? Richmond in the 30s was about pick, after all the bids, pick 34. So you're thinking Kickett at pick 34. I think Harry Dean definitely goes in the top 10 for sure. I don't think there's too many ways for Carlton to escape that. Best key defender in the draft. Everyone needs a key defender. I didn't actually realise the time. I'm going to go and get some dinner, guys. I might pop on later on if you guys want to join me, and we'll do another one. That was awesome. And I'll thank you, and keep hitting that like and tell your friends. I want to keep growing this thing. That'll be good. Have a good night. Thanks, guys. think I'm still going. Yep.